of the Money Wise video talking about the clothing stores. At the end of that one, because this thing come up, then I couldn't figure out why it was there, but now I know what happened. This is about the fourth time it's happened, but now I know what it's doing. But anyway, I spoke about the Kmart stores, and now we're down to the Lowe's stores. The Lowe's stores in my town is still here. We were just in there yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, we were just in there Monday. We were just in there Saturday. Getting some stuff supplies for the house. 51 stores are closing. According to the article, home improvement retailer Lowe's is taking a hacksaw to parts of its business. It's planning to cut 20 stores and 31 in Canada by February. Lowe's will still have more than 2,000 locations between the two countries. But the CEO Marvin Ellison said in a statement that the downsizing is just part of building a stronger business, which for the most part is, because there are a lot of people coming into the store. At one time, they needed the bigger stores, but now people are mostly online, so they are downsizing, which is what stores does. And all people do, they got get other jobs. A lot of people start working from home, but those opportunities are big now. The company says most of the closings involve Lowe's stores that are operating within 10 miles of another location. So why would you have two big Lowe's stores, and Lowe's in our town is huge. Why would you have two big Lowe's stores within 10 miles of each other? Anyway, the next store is Victoria's Secret. And like I said, this Victoria's Secret left just this year. That was my favorite store. I got a Victoria's Secret credit card for the last 15 years. And I've been going to this store. Now the store is left. So now, if I want anything from Victoria's Secret, I just go online because I've ordered quite a few things from their website. And I like their website. I can go on there. They get good prices, get the promos and all of that. But this one has left our town. All right, baby. And the article says 53 stores are closing. Oh, I'm doing a video. What up?
What video?
Oh, I'm doing a video about this. It's 36 stores are closing, and I'm doing a video telling them about the stores closing and why. And then I'm going to post it to YouTube. Go in there and check out Black Pixel. You see my video. Yeah, I'm Black Pixel on YouTube. You can go in there and check out my videos. And then I have a blog site called A Pixie Life Blogger. Okay, I send it to you text so you can look at it. Okay. It says customers no longer get all steamed up over the lingerie brand. So it has gone from hot to ice cold. And in the black community, I will say this. Victoria's Secrets, back a few years ago, I saw a video. This girl was crying where black customers were thrown out of the store because of one customer that stole. So any black customer that walked into the store, they were told to get out, and they will have security and police and all kind of stuff going on. So ever since then, these stores have been closing. It wasn't the store in my town, it was in another town, but it was all over YouTube. And people are saying crazy stuff of why these stores are closing. They're closing because the Victoria's Secret going, there are a lot of black customers in these Victoria's Secret stores. But if the Victoria's Secrets throw out all their black customers because one person steals, and therefore the whole entire race is banned from the store, you basically tell more than half of your customer base, we don't want you in our stores. So I thought that was crazy. Now, according to the article, again, the chain has failed to keep up changing tastes. Analysis say that instead of the skimpy styles at Victoria's Secret, Women are more interested in underwear that's comfortable and made for all body types. I don't know about that because I'm a lot of, I don't know about other communities, but a lot of the black communities, they aren't wearing underwear. So I got a bag full of underwear, Victoria's Secret underwear, 30, 40. New ones tags on never worn. Because I get them free. You get the free underwear, you couldn't buy stuff. So it's too hot. So put your nice dress on, going about your business. So I don't know if Victoria's Secret women are more interested in underwear that's comfortable and made for all body types. That is very much true because their underwear is basically made for small, petite people like me. Now, I'm not interested in the underwears anymore because I want comfort. And they have a few comfortable underwear, but I got those and they're never worn. It's just hot. So I'm thinking the fact that it's getting so hot and people just need to just be free to move around and be cool and not be completely uncomfortable. I think, and the fact that they kick the Victoria's Secret stores were kicking out all these black customers. I think that's why they're closing. Speaking from a black experience. And the retailer plans to close more than 50 of its stores. And according to Bloomberg, that's more than 3 times the number that shut down in a more than typical year. Because I think last year, several closed last year, which is 2018, and I know several closed 2017. I think these people kicking the black women out of the stores was 2016, and Victoria's Secret stores been losing money ever since then. And then last year, I hear about a whole lot of the stores that were closing last year, and there's even more closing this year. Because I haven't heard too much about the 2017 closing, because that's the time I started my spiritual journey. And I was looking into, and I was just getting this knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, and research of all the stuff going on in the world that a lot of sleep people aren't noticing. The next store is Destiny Maternity, a store I'm not familiar with. 67 of these clothes, I guess because people are not having babies like that, even though a lot of people are having babies. And a lot of people are creating their own designs online, their own shirts, their own clothing, and selling. They wear their own clothing, and then people who are their fans, like on YouTube, they'll buy their clothing from each other. So these stores, so these stores are going out of business. I think for a lot of that reason too. People are creating their own fashions and shopping from each other, supporting each other. I think that's a lot of it too. No surprise here, many expected moms would rather shop from the comfort of home than rush to the mall. Now that's true. So Destination Maternity, which also operates motherhood maternity and a pea in the pod store, has been struggling to compete against the online retailers. And thus the company announced it is closing 280 stores over the next 4 years. That's about 100 stores a year. Not quite 100 stores, but about 50 or more stores, including as many as 67 during the 2019 fiscal year. So it just, that includes 67, so it's around 67 stores a year, huh? Which starts in July. The retailer warns to sell more of its maternity clothing online. Anyway, and now we get to Sears, which left our mall some years ago and has one little store that sells air conditioners and I guess and most air conditioners and appliances basically. And I heard it's supposed to be closing. But anyway, the Sears closed 72 stores this year. And it says they've been looking grim with a slew of closures in 2018. and they filed for bankruptcy. Because 2018, I know Sears left our mall, I think 2017, and they opened up their little small store I was telling you about, but they still own the Kmart store that was still open. The Kmart just left several weeks ago, probably January, February this year. Um, I think more like February or March. I think more like February, March. But anyway, they left. Therefore, all the Sears stores are closed. Now they say it has followed with the news that more than 7 additional department stores will be out of business in 2019. I can believe that, including the Sears at Minnesota Mall of America, the largest shopping center in the United States. Sears has been sinking fast, but ESL Investment, a hedge fund led by the retailer former CEO Edward Lampert, bought the company in February in hopes of saving the last 425 Sears and Kmart stores. And well, the Kmart stores just left us, I think, March of this year. The next store, not a store I'm familiar with, but performance bikes. 102 stores. I guess it's too hot to ride bikes. I went out today, it was screaming hot. The sun is beaming. It's like being in a furnace. It's so hot outside. So, I guess you get heat stroke and die, you be on a bike out in this out in this heat. The operator performance bicycle shop in 20 states from coast to coast been holding liquidation sales at all of its more than 100 stores. Now, the parent company, Advanced Sports Enterprises, filed for bankruptcy protection in mid-November and then hit the brakes on the performance chain, which started as a bike catalog business in 1981. Executives said the company is wallowing in debt and has been grappling with higher costs due to tariff imposed as parts of ongoing trade war. What is the tariff and ongoing trade war? I don't have a problem with that because I'm like this. We getting all these products that are just like a flood, like a tsunami of water coming into town and just wiping everything out and dragging it back out to sea. That's how these products are coming on us, and the products are no good. You get them, they want to break, they ain't no good. You do this and that. So my thing is, you're not buying the product we make here in the USA because it says it's crap, and I don't think it's no more crappier than all the other junk that's coming in on us. And you're not gonna buy our product, but we are being products are being dropped on us like a tsunami. For us to buy all of these nuts and things. I also love to shop off of eBay, but on eBay, if the stuff came from China, I will scroll to the next one. But the stuff that I got from China was just plain no good. And you say United States products ain't no good back in the day, in my 20s, when and they said that those foreign products are better than U.S. products, which I think was a lie. But what can you do if that's all it's selling? But anyway, the next store is Pier 1 Imports. It's a store that I'm not familiar with. And the Pier, it's a bullshit Papasan Chairs, the home furniture retailer. It's a home furniture store. And they changed it. They closed out 2018 with a dismal holiday shopping season that saw sales drop 13.7% from a year earlier. And then the retail dive has identified Pier 1 as one of the dozen retailers that could be on their way to bankruptcy. Pier 1 is trying to keep its ship afloat by closing at least 45 stores and maybe 100 more. The final number depends on whether landlords will be willing to cut the company some slack. Landlords are not cutting no slack. They ain't cutting nobody no slack. These landlords trying to make their money just like they're trying to make their money. Like I said, that's what happens when you treat your citizens like trash. Now your citizens are not buying your trash. Anyway, signatures. A gallery of jewelry, not a store I'm familiar with. Signet is the world's largest, not Signet. Signet is the world's largest jewelry retailer. The giant company behind many of the major chains that sell the sparkly stuff, including K Jewelers, is where my wedding band came from. My engagement ring and my wedding band came from J Jewelers, and they left years ago, and then they came back. So they are back now. A little smaller store on the other side from where they were. They was in the Victoria's Secret store that's left, and now they are directly across from that store. And it's a little small store. That's where I got my wedding band from. The Jared Galera of Jewelry and Zales. Two stores I've never been in. The company has not. The company has a not so great 2018 holiday sales season. It says it's closing 150 stores as part of a 3-year plan to lose 13% of its more than 35,000 locations around the globe. And Signet is most eager to pull out of dying malls. You say, because yeah, the malls are definitely dying. The malls ran off millennials. The and Gen X's. I think no, they're not Gen X's. The 40s and under. Because my brother-in-law, he's 40 something. So the 40, he's 40 something. No, he's not 40 something. He's like 38 something like that. 38, 39. He's not quite 40. So the 40 and under, the malls treated them like nothing. Ran them out of the mall, arrest them. Married parents got to be getting off work, come getting their kids because they got putting little teenagers in jail. Ban them out of the mall. If you were under 18, you was not allowed in the mall without an adult. So the kids went to the Walmart, same thing. So now where are these young people? Online. So it's basically these stores' fault by treating the 40 and under so bad. I know because my oldest is 33. And when my kids are walking around the mall, he eventually knew my kid because I went to school with him. And he knew that I was, even though I was in the mall sitting down on my laptop doing whatever, and they had money to go into different stores and buy what they need and whatever. That's how it was. But now you go to the mall, there are no teenagers in the mall. And the malls can blame that on themselves. They wasn't thinking about the future. He really wasn't. Starbucks. We have a Starbucks in our town. I like Starbucks. I just went there this year for the first time. Used my laptop and whatever. It's a very expensive store. But I like the atmosphere. I go in there on my laptop, whatever, and get me, because I don't like no cold cough and all that. I go in and get me like a little something or get me a drink. But anyway, on the Starbucks coffee shops are all over creations. Sometimes you even find 3 on the same corner. Oh, okay, all over creation. So you might assume that all Starbucks knows how to do is grow and open new stores. Nope. They do close them, occasionally. And the number expected to go out of business in 2019 is 3 times roughly 50 that Starbucks usually shuts down each year. More than 50, I don't see a lot of people in Starbucks. But Starbucks, there's not a lot of people in there. And I like it that it's not packed full of people. So where are people going for the internet? Internet is just about everywhere. McDonald's and I know there's a lot of places except for the McDonald's. As they are getting away from free Wi-Fi for their customers, so I think it's a bad thing. But anyway, the company says it will weed out weaker stores in the saturated markets while it opens new ones in spots that don't have as many. The Starbucks shops, apparently, those places still exist. Yeah, those places exist. Lifeway Christian stores. The Christian stores are closing. 170 stores. You know why? It's sick of religion. I'm sick of religion. Ugh. Store closing 2017 was the year I put the hammer down on religion because I'm so sick of it. It's judgmental. It's annoying. People don't practice what they preach. They preach one thing and they do the opposite to you and think you supposed to kiss the other cheek or however they do that. I'm just getting tired of they having two sets of rules. One for certain people and one for me. I'm supposed to just sit back and just take stupid treatment from people because they are held in high esteem and I'm not. As far as I'm concerned, ain't nobody better than me and I ain't better than nobody. If you're going to treat me shabbily, I tell them like this. I'm an adult now. I might have got bullied and treated like that. I didn't get beat up, but bullied and treated like that in school. I'm not going to put up that in adult life, and I got tired of that bullying. Really. And religious people think they're so righteous. I did everything right. I'm a particular person. I'm going to follow the rules. After 21 years, religion wasn't serving my best interest. So I stopped it cold in 2017, August 2017, October. I come back up, start doing better. Start going back a little bit, because older people are not bad. You just got certain people in religion itself just get on my nerves. So I'm not a religious person at all. And as of this year, I decided I'm not going to any more religious organizations. None of their buildings, because I'm just done. But anyway, the Lifeway Christian Stores has announced that it's shutting down its entire chains of religious bookstores over 30 states from Pennsylvania to California and why. People are more spiritual now. They're either spiritual or they're atheists or they're apathetic. Either way it goes, religion is on its way out. It serves its purpose. There are a few old religious churches. The old people will have like open up a church and there'll be 7 members. And how they keep it going, they all got an agreement to go to each other's church. That way they look like they busy, but they're not. The church is dying now. I don't got nobody in. I see people on YouTube trying to keep their religions going. It's not going to stick because we're sick of religion. Anyway, the company says sales and foot traffic have been declining as its brick and mortar locations. Lifeway said it reaches 5 times more people online, so now they will even more resources into its digital business. Now, if I want a religious book, let's say like the Book of Enoch, and it's another book I want to get, so I can learn more about it or whatever. But then I'm not a real book person. I'll buy an ebook. I go online and buy an ebook, go on my laptop and read it or whatever. Sometimes you want a little paper book in your hand for specific reasons, and I may do that. Like they says, I go online and order it. But now there are some things. I'm gonna talk about that one next because we're still talking about the Lifeway store. We don't have a Lifeway here, but we do have a religious bookstore here. I forgot the name of it. It could be Lifeway. I just don't go in a Christian store, and I just don't. Even when I'm into religion, I wasn't in a religious book, in a Christian bookstore. But anyway, the next store is Things Remembered. Now we have Things Remembered in my town, I think. One may still be here, but it's not a store that I've gone in. I have this feel. Is there something in here that I need? There's some Things Remembered still in the mall. I've only been in there a couple of times. I go in there. I'm basically looking for a lot of whatnot type things. Or like these cute little notebooks to write in, little pads. Like the Books a Million store. I went in there and I got a cute little ink pen. It was on sale for $1. It was $2.99 on sale for $1. It's a brass guitar ink pen. Or whatnot like that. It's just little thing I can set around on my computer desk. Stuff like that. It's simple. It's a simple thing. Oh, that's my light up speaker going off because it's not plugged in charging. They do it again, I'm gonna have to get up and do that noise and get on my nerves. But anyway, they're closing 200 stores, and they filed a Chapter 11 bankruptcy early this February. They're they're closing the 400 stores according to Reuters, and it's selling others along with its online and mail order business to UNESCO, a maker of Disney figurines and other collectibles. So these are just little personalized things they have in there, like the jewelry, the keychains, the bathrobe, ornaments, now hip flasks, piggy bank, paperweight. Yeah, I like cute little paperweights, so I get that or whatever down. And so on and so on. So this is a store I've been in a couple of times, but it's not. I'm just not into a lot of the stuff in it. For one thing, it's too expensive. I'm gonna be right back. Let me go and see if I can stop this. I need to plug. I have to plug in my laptop to stop it. When I go bring and plug it back over here. But anyway, the Gap store is closing. You in a nice store. The Gap store is closing. I've never been in a Gap store. It's too expensive. The first of what the 230 stores are closing. They have stocks on t-shirts, khaki sweats, and jeans that look so right. But they're closing. And it says younger shoppers wouldn't think of falling into a Gap, but instead find trendier and more affordable clothing at Target or fast fashion chains such as H&M. And that's true. We don't have a Target in my town, but we have I get it mixed up with a Target because it reminds me of it's just like a Target store. But I'll tell you what it is when I remember it. But this Target is closed. There's a Target in Columbia, but these Target, but the Gap stores are closing. Another store called Chico's, not a store I'm familiar with. They're closing 250 stores. Chico can't beat Amazon. I don't think nobody can beat Amazon. So this woman clothing seller has joined them, and it's selling this stuff on online superstore and on QVC too. So they're selling their stuff that way. Anyway, they're closing at least 250 stores in the United States over the next few years. And executives say they want the retailers to have more of a digital presence, less of an old-fashioned physical one. Well, you just don't want to go in the stores. These stores will also be closing some of the company White House, Black Market, and Soma stores. I'm not familiar with what that is, but anyway, White House, Black Market. We have a Fred's in Sumter in our town, and I've been in there a couple of times, but I'm just not into the stuff. Now, when I go to remodeling my house, I'll probably be up in these stores getting like Fred's, getting little whatnots for the house, but I'm not gonna have one. I'm not into a lot of stuff. I like the space and the clear stuff. To get the little whatnots I need, like my little chair, table, and whatever. What I need when I remodel this house. Been in this house 21 years and it needs remodeling badly. Fred's is on the Fritz. I don't see a lot of people at that store. In April, the Alien Discount chain said it will shut down 159 of its stores, primarily in the South, so that's the one in my town is going to be closing. And weeks later, another 104 were announced. And they said they will leave the company with little over half the location at the start of this year. They said Fred's has hoped to become a giant in the pharmacy business, but when Walgreens and Rite Aid were trying to combine last year, Fred offered to buy hundreds of stores that might have been left out of the deal, but the Walgreens-Rite Aid merger never happened. But they did. Yeah, I remember when the Walgreens and Rite Aid was supposed to merge, I think a couple of years ago. In the South, they were supposed to merge. And I heard they merged because the Walgreens built a big old store across the street from the Rite Aid. And we had two Rite Aids. So then they have a Walgreens and a Rite Aid on the same street downtown. If they're within a mile, but the Rite Aid just closed this year, a month or two ago. They just closed, and the Walgreens is still here. So the both of the Rite Aids, but that was my store. I go get my medicine from, which is not all much medicine now. So now I'm forced to go into the Walgreens, that's what I don't like, because they get on my nerves. That's why I went to Rite Aid in the first place, because I get tired of people with attitudes. I'm trying to get them, you got an attitude. I ain't got time for attitude. I come to get what I was coming to get, and I don't need you with attitudes. You don't know what I go through with some people back then, but I don't go through that now because I don't care. Like, okay, I don't got time for you. I keep on moving. You got to smile, I got to smile. But now that my husband gets his medicines from there, I get my supplements from there. So I'm in there buying my supplements while he's buying his medicine. And I get my electronics from there now. I like the store. I got a little electronics area there. I got me some cute little JVC headphones. I got my supplements from there, the melatonin and stuff, because I'm up on this thing late. And you get supplements that you need, to keep going. So I get that from there, from the CVS, not CVS, from the Walgreens. But that's the Fred's. What got me to talk? Oh yeah. So the Walgreens, so the Rite Aid left. The Walgreens is still here. And the CVS is still here. I don't know how long, because you saw on earlier video, the CVS is closing too. But I'm not a CVS person. I'm just not a CVS person. A place called Shopco, not familiar with. 363 stores, they're closing. And they decided to shut down all of the stores by mid-June. So that'll be the middle of next month. But that was after executive tribe failed to find someone to buy the company and keep as many as 120 stores. Shopco made its name by going into a smaller market in the Midwest and the West and the Pacific Northwest. The other chains ignored. The problem is that Amazon is now in all of those places. Amazon ain't no joke. We have an Amazon in Colombia. And I have family members that work at Amazon, but it's not a very good place to work as far as how they treat humans. And so, my granddaughter's mother, she left there, and now she works for a company that do electrical, that make electrical boxes and stuff like that. And I heard they get paid pretty good. He said what it says. I think these places used to pay good. But they don't pay all that. But to me, $10 to $12 an hour is not good pay. When I've been coming up, people getting paid $25 and up, $35 an hour. But anyway, Shopco, because I read that already. The next store is Family Dollar. Now, if I want stuff for the house, a little simple stuff, this is where I go. To the Family Dollar. And Family Dollar is closing. But Family Dollars are not closing in my town. Or anything, they opened it. They just opened up a new Family Dollar last year, about a mile from my house, because I'm living in the urban country part, where people live on well water, because I don't like city water prices. So I made sure I went out and found a place that had well water and not city water. At least it won't be getting it for a while. And I've been here 21 years, and we still have well water. But anyway, close to 400 family stores may close this year. This says doing dollar stores have been bucking, pun intended, some of the trends, squeezing other retailers, but now they're having difficulty. As a result, but I'm not sure about that, but anyway, as a result of the 390 Family Dollar locations were shut down this year, and another 200 will be turned into Dollar Tree stores. Dollar Tree bought Family Dollar in 2015. Yes, Dollar Tree, my favorite store. If you just got a Dollar Tree, we had one Dollar Tree in our town forever and ever and ever. Um, Downtown, about 10 minutes from me, and he just got a Dollar Tree last year, and boy, we left the Dollar General, and boy, we hang out in Dollar Tree. So like the Dollar General that came 5 miles within where I live, within 6 months' time, we had them operating in profit, and then the Dollar General is saying, wait, we was waiting on that store, and I heard the Dollar Tree bought out. Yeah, I heard that Dollar Tree bought out the Family Dollar stores, and that's absolutely true because according to this article, I heard that. So the Dollar Tree is buying the Dollar Family Dollar. The thing is, they'll be turning the Dollar Tree. So Dollar Tree don't have household items. Their little dollar things, a lot of them is trash. If you want to get a picture frame, it's nothing but trash. But I go in the store and I find little quality things in the Dollar Tree. Some of them are there. They're there. You just have to be in tune to those that are more of a quality. I love my candles. I like different candles I burn. I'm not burning right now. I love candles how they smell, and I like the candlelight because I like darkness. So candle give me a little bit of light. The CEO of Gary Philbin mentioned the tariffs on imported goods and one of the challenges facing the company. If the tariff is what's closing down these stores, do I have a problem with that? Not. Because a lot of these picture frames, you try to get a frame to put your picture on the wall, it's falling apart. It's trash. It's like it took a bunch of trash, squeezed it, matted it together, and make it to a picture frame. That's how trash it is. You have a whole lot of like electronic stuff, basically for Androids, and I'm not an Android person, but those little things. My grandson will go in there and get the little dollar things. He try them out, it's whatever. And it's like that. I like my Dr. Pepper dollar. I go in there for certain things, and I go in the Family Dollar for certain things. So by the time I start remodeling my house, I will have. I know where I'm getting stuff from. I would more than likely be ordering them online, just to put that out there. So $1, I probably order them online because it's a lot easier. And the new store, the Charlotte Russe. Now, if folks sound familiar with, my son lived in Charlotte for about 5 years. He just moved to Georgia with my daughter, two daughters, and now he's back home as of a few days ago. And these stores are closing. They filed for bankruptcy this year, and they've been around. A clothing store been around since since 1970, and there are closing more than 500 stores. But they say the retailer's website later announced that all stores will be shutting down. Charlotte Russe Bar is named from a French dessert, and apparently shoppers decided they'd rather not have another slice. The bankruptcy filing said that the chain sales had suffered a dramatic decrease. Yeah, Dress Barn, not familiar with. It's just been here around 60 years, and it was a clothing store, female clothing store. Parent company, Ascena Retail Group, they decided to put the entire chain out of business and focus on more profitable stores for women and girls. The Ascena brand include Ann Taylor, Loft, and Justice. I'm not familiar with those stores. You see them in particular every mall and strip mall center, but many of the customers are at home, shopping online. And they're at home because of how the malls treat the 40 and under. I remember that because my children are 33 and under, 33, 36. And I saw how those teenagers was treated. All the kids in trouble. You got parents running off their jaw, running out to the mall to get their kids because police arresting them. I remember my mother-in-law complaining because she had to go out there and get her. So she had to go out and get my brother-in-law And them younger brothers, because they're all up in trouble with the police because they just want to hang out at the mall. It's just crazy. Anyway, you see them in particular every mall. I read that already. And they said there has been some Marie Kondo style tied in his closets. Earlier this year, it sold its Maurice's chain. Someone bought one of these stores. Another store I never heard of, Jimboree. It's apparently a game of retail dodgeball. Okay. Jamboree was playing a game of retail dodgeball and lost. I like these little puns. The chain that sells clothing for kids and babies is going out of business. Jamboree came out of bankruptcy in 2017, but in January it filed all over again and said it would shut down all its roughly 800 stores and the crazy 8 stores. The company was no match for competition, including Amazon, Walmart, Target, and the Children's Place. But he has been closing stores of his own, but has come out stronger. It has, because like I say, you got to jump on it. The Payless stores in my town is closing. They actually have store closing sale just like this as I'm doing this video. And this is about the third time it's tried to close. Because I remember it was across the street and it downsized and went into smaller stores. Then it downsized again and went into the mall. And now all the stores are closing. What it has to say is number 2. For generations, Payless was America's go-to. It was America's go-to. And it was the one that hurt my foot so bad I couldn't wear shoes for about 2-3 years because their cheap shoes hurt my foot so bad. My daddy grew me up on Jack shoes. He wore expensive shoes and my foot cannot wear shoes. It just can't wear cheap shoes. And I could never wear Payless shoes. I can't wear some JCPenney shoes I couldn't wear, even though I had a lot of JCPenney shoes, but I ended up having to take those shoes to garage sales, and get rid of them. Got rid of a lot of those shoes. I just couldn't deal with the shoes. And with the belts, when I found out belts didn't hurt my feet. But the Payless is the store that started my foot to hurting like crazy. But I gotta be walking around in bedroom shoes because my foot hurts so bad. But it's good now. It advertised with the exuberant jingle, "Man alive, 2 for $5," meaning you could get 2 pairs of shoes for just $5. Now I hadn't been in there. My kids go in there sometimes. I ain't been in a while because I just still not like the shoes. A lot of people like them shoes in there. I don't. Now, but even Payless has had trouble competing against the deep discount online stores like TJ Maxx. Yeah, the TJ Maxx is the store that I was trying to remember that reminds me of the Target. We have a TJ Maxx. I like TJ Maxx. I go in there, I get little things, and it's a big store. But I'm not into a bunch of unnecessary stuff. So I go in there and I see what I need. I get it 1 or 2. I got a suitcase out of there one time, and I got like going to get those cute hats, little purses, stuff like that. I haven't been there lately because my problem is these brick and mortar stores like that. They got workers, and I don't like workers that watches black people when they're in the store, and it just annoys the devil out of me. It irritates me, even though I'm not focusing on them, I'm shopping or whatever. They're in my they're in my space where they are, where even though I'm not looking at them and I'm shopping, I'm so aware that they're there that drives me like, okay, I just don't shop in stores that annoy me to that point. If I absolutely need something and I know you're the only store that has it, I go in there and get it. But that's it. So the chain says it's closing 2,100 stores. I think this is the biggest closing. It's number 2. In the United States and Puerto Rico, but I can see why it closed in Puerto Rico. They're ended up not having no water and electricity and all of that after that storm. and it's going out of business. Payless filed for bankruptcy protection in 2017. And at the same time, the chain was all over the map. It had more than 4,400 locations in over 30 countries. So this is it. This is the last one, number one the one store. Yep, number one of the stores closing because they're closing no more stores. It had all this disclaimer down here, and the disclaimer is: the information provided on MoneyWire is neither tax nor legal advice. It's not intended to be relied upon as a forecast, research, or investment advice. But anyway, it just gives you a glimpse into the 36 stores that are closing, many stores this year, and why. And they're mostly closing because of online stores. People are shopping online more so than the brick and mortar stores. And to go by some experiences from the generations of people that are young ones that are 40 and under, how they were treated in these stores, how they were treated in the malls, how they were treated in the Walmart, how they were treated in any brick and mortar store. You can't come into a store, only one student can come in at a time. Just all these rules just had our children shop online. And a lot of these children have, a lot of young people have their own stores and they buy from each other. A lot of people don't know that. I'm finding that out just by dealing with my four. But so it's the online stores. The young people are just not shopping in these stores, so they're going out of business. And the young people are on Amazon, and I'm on Overstock, and it is what it is. So I will see you on the next video. Bye.